What's good, Exiles? Back at it again, and today I'm gonna show you my Flicker Strike on a Gemling. Absolute amazing build. I gotta say, it's probably top 2, man. Like, like this build does everything from mapping, AoE, and then single target. You will see tier 4 Xesht in a bit. I've left all the chapters and whatnot in the description. Here I was checking something if everything is right, because I tend to change my characters a lot. So basically, before every map, you want to, on your weapons at 2, get power charge through sacrificing minions for charge staff, and then the second round is for Flicker Strike. Infinite Crime is something I struggle with. The uptime on this bad boy is not as much. Now, if you stack your Atlas and maps with pack size, it's pretty insane. Because Flicker Strike, you need monsters around you, basically, so we can, pop between them. But it may be a bit confusing at some times, especially the Haste Shrine. It's a bit sad I didn't get Haste Shrine in this footage, because that goes much faster, twice as fast. But the clear and everything, I mean, nothing beats this, man. I think nothing beats this build. Even since first league, Flicker has always been this insane. I believe Gemling is the strongest, because Gemling has a lot of quality of skills in the tree, and then also there are new talismans that give you the same 2% per socket on the body armor. And in Warrior, we have 5 sockets, that's 10%. So I'm at 84% a chance not to consume a power charge. You will see on Xesht that I didn't lose my power charges at all. So if it had more life, it would still keep going, but more about it in a second. I'm also using a Headhunter, which steals the modifiers from rare monsters when you kill them. Definitely not needed. It's an overkill for sure. This build does not need it, but it's nice to have, so why not? I use it on my other builds as well. So with this setup, you just do map and then you loot, or if you can do it on the way, but usually no problem just coming back. And Blooming Field, this is also as you could see at the beginning, a Delirious map, 30%, juiced with variety quantity, with towers as well. That's what I tried to run since the new patch, because there are new uniques in the game. Also, they increase the drop chance of the super good uniques like Headhunter, Ascendancy, and all that, which I'm not using here, by the way. This is not a stat stacker at all. And this just looks wonderful. I mean, look at that. Of course, I could get more attack speed. With more attack speed, it means that it would be much faster. But I think this is already fast enough. Defense layers are good as well, I would say. Over 2,000 life, almost 2,000 energy shield. Can be adjusted with better gear and whatnot, obviously. But also the jewels. My jewels are not the best. I could use some blue sapphires with energy shields and crit chance or crit damage, but I don't have those. I have mostly green ones. But I'll show you a little bit of breach as well. I'm waiting for it to spawn because, yeah, Flicker just clears everything real quick. I was 91% crit chance here with the new amulet from my boy, Santa. Big shout out. Thank you very much. But with my old amulet, I was 99.96% crit chance. I was fully capped out. So it's very easy to hit crit chance on the Gemling side. You do not have to play Monk, although Monk is amazing. I know my boy Carlos, shout out to him. He's playing Invoker of Flicker Strike. So I did catch some things from him. Big shout out. And as you guys know already, right, we got the full POB. I will have that in the planner as well with skills and setups. You can also play around with config, or we also have we also have Mobalytics, which I will update in written form as well. What to do in weapon set 1 and 2, what you can change, what to run and focus on. And here is the code for POB. So just copy this and enter there. No problem. No biggie. Here I will show you the Xesht. Again, there you want to get the power charges from weapons at 2 on the charge staff, and then Flicker Strike. Infernal Cry before you do it, and yeah, that's just the kill. As you can see in the left upper corner, I still have power charges. They did not disappear. So I could keep on going. And great thing is, if you get one rage on a hit from Jewel, you get it on each Flicker hit. So yeah, it's very often. Let's switch this again. Let's switch this again. The charge does stack a lot. Also, I did not have Headhunter modifiers from rares in the waves. Okay, I waited for them to fall off, and then I blasted. So technically, I could even use Ingenuity. As you can see, we're also breaking armor. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Nothing too crazy. Not a lot of broken armor there, but it's at least something. Trap was whack anyway. Anyways, let me take you into the game, and let's talk about the few good things. So, skill gems. We got the... so, Quarterstaff, I use it if I want to finish off some monsters or whatnot to get the power charge from Profane Ritual. So martial tempo, close combat, heft, nothing too crazy. I barely use this. Now, ideally, you would want to get Storm Wave. It's very good for finishing monsters off, but I don't have enough skill slots. It's impossible. For that, you need to run Unset Ring, which gives you +1 extra skill. Like this one, for example, additional skill. I don't have that. Anyways, our main guy, Perpetual Charge on the Flicker Strike for a chance not to consume a charge. As you can see, I'm at 84%. It is absolutely insane. So let's talk about how to reach that number. So Warrior, Invictus, 5 sockets, 2% equality per each talent spend, 10% on top of 35, that's 45. And then we have the, right here, 2%, 2%, and 10. So that's where you can get it everywhere in here. Next up, we got Hit and Run. We also one thing for the charge is right here. One with the Storm, very good one too, when it comes to related to power charges in general. Definitely get it. Next up, we got Hit and Run. This will give you more skill speed by 40%, and it is not usable unless you move 10 meters. With Flicker Strike, we move more than that, so we always have this on use once we finish it. Once we finish flickering, so no problem at all. Execute for low life, 50% multiplicative damage as we are running Deepest Tower. And ideally, you want to corrupt this with the max power charge, because the more charges, the more damage. Consecrated effect for more damage, less AoE, doesn't matter, we don't need AoE. And Pinpoint Critical, this will give you a tremendous amount of crit at the cost of less multiplier on crit damage, but doesn't matter, because as you can see, 99.92% crit chance is insane. It gives me 37% crit chance, this jewel. Sure, less crit damage, but this is very good, because if you don't crit, it's over. Charge Staff is a buff. This is your opener buff in the rotation. So I did assign Splinter here that breaks from physical damage, which is nothing too crazy. We don't really do too much physical damage here, but at least something, right? You could see it break armor. So every broken armor is extra damage, so why not? You could, or I could also put points in here for break armor, more break armor here, or somewhere else that's closer. I think it's right here, more armor. So I could take this too, but yeah. Lightning exposure to reduce the target's lightning resistances on top of strip away to have it more effective. Lightning infusion here as well for more damage, and persistence to have a longer buff. It's over a minute, so that's very good. Now, Profane Ritual, I'm running 2 Profane Rituals. One is active, this is before the boss, or if you're mapping, there are no monsters, your custom crit doesn't proc, I just proc that bad boy. So Spell Echo, we got Unleash, so it casts more than once if there are more corpses. Arcane Tempo for faster cast. Corpse Conservation, not really needed, but why not? To not destroy the corpse. And Overabundance, I had this in custom crate, but I really like this in this manual one because it brings the duration from ritual from 2.2 to 1 second, which is amazing. So I'm a big fan of that. Next up, custom crate second Profane Ritual. With these, you can, by the way, run only level 7. You don't need to run higher. So don't you worry. Just a quick sale. Excuse me, boys. Here we want to run Profusion to get more power charges if you can. Fast Forward for less skill effect duration. And another one here for less skill effect duration. It works the same as my Instant Earthquake, which you can check in the right upper corner. This skill effect, less skill effect duration works for like detonations, if you will, if they have it, when they have it like written and whatnot. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Anyways, Intense Agony, Fast Forward. This brings the ritual to 1.13, so they both have the same. And trust me, this is more than enough time when you, between flickering and killing monsters, proc and cast on crate. You don't have to do anything during mapping when you kill monsters, no manual casting. This will just take care of that everything, and you can just keep flickering. Infernal Cry, definitely get this to before flickering for big damage increase. So Raging Cry to get Rage as a start before or right after boss spawns. Tireless, so it doesn't consume. Inspiration, Ingenuity, cooldown reduction, and Premeditation. You should run lowest level, because the extra levels only get you more damage on Combust, which we don't need. So this is amazing. With that, I do have a jewel here that is Vocal Empowerment, which is right here. It empowers additional attacks, so by the time I use Flicker with 2 charges, it's already back up. Sometimes it's more because of Tireless here. Auras. Herald of Thunder for AoE. Lightning Penetration, Innervate is actually not used here. I'm boosted because Herald of Thunder cannot inflict a shock. That's why we want Elemental Focus, because this is, you know, more damage. Primal Armament, more damage, and Ambush, crit on full enemy life, so it always one-shots. Oh, CD kicking in, excuse me. Wind Dancer, this one one-shots even rares if they hit you, so Overpower for more stun build-up, Blind, Rage, not really need that, and Heavy Swing. If you can, Heft would be good here as well, so I could move Heft in here. But yeah, that's what we go with. Herald with a +1 Clarity, +1 Fire Mastery. I forget to put this here. Fire Mastery, I'll add it in the planner as well, don't you worry. And remove the Innervate. And then Clarity for mana regen, Magnify effect for AoE. That's for the auras. Now let's explain how to get power charges very easily. So weapons at 2, you want to get Rattling Scepter as high as you can with minions. And Avent doesn't matter, you can just run this. But you want to disable all auras, you want to put every spirit into minions. So what you do is just manual cast Perfect Ritual. Couple times, you get power charges. This is before every map or boss. You press charge staff, and then here you go again for the flicker. That's it. Weapon swap. It will, by the way, it will still get to you, and you can start flickering. That's just how it goes. That's it. That's it. On mapping, again, that's automated through cast and crit, which we crit very often. And recommending as high as possible levels, so we get more energy, so we prong this more often. But you don't need corrupt level 21. You do not need that. This is over the board, not over the board. Also, thanks to quality, like quality of skills for this build goes absolutely bonkers. That's why gemling is absolutely insane, right? You look at the quality here, more duration by 26%, right? Flicker Strike, chance to not consume charge. Perfect Ritual, we don't need that. Cast and Crate, more energy. And reduce reservation, reduce reservation, very important. Extra damage from here, Infernal Cry, like a lot. More damage here, more AoE here, more damage here as well with Ignite. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. So that's how we get power charges, yes. Now, onto the skill tree, Ascendancy. We want to get Adaptive Capability. This one is kind of optional. You can put these 2 points where you want, but I just like that because you just have to run one main stat, Dexterity, and it will just satisfy all the skills here. So yeah, even if you have like high intelligence one, you can just run as high as you want level. For example, Cast and Crate, right? You need 205 int for this, which is no problem because we have Dex. Next up, quality of skills. You want all of these. Even if it makes, even if you take these 2 points, put them somewhere else, you still want to get these 2 points. Now we got Motoric Implants for 2 levels on Dexterity skills, which is Flicker Strike, big damage, and less cost of the skills, because sometimes it can get pretty brutal on the mana. Also, this depends on your gear. Like, if you have mana on gear, you probably don't need that, but I like that. I like that. But skill gems have more attribute requirements. That's why Cast and Crate has 205 int, which doesn't really matter that much, because again, it's easy with this one. The skill tree here, we want to path all the way up top for crit stuff. So since we, Mercenary, we start next to this bad boy. I could path here, but I'm a big fan of Battle Hardened for survivability and less damage from crits, from monsters. So this one, on top of Stun Threshold, it's really good to have Stun Threshold. It helps a lot. So we get this all the way down. We get on the side here. One thing I'm missing is Unwavering Stance from Nothing, which should be instead of one of the jewels, because that will give you access to finality. So I'm even missing this. I kind of forgot about it because it's on my other warrior. It was what it is. So we path here. We don't even need Polymathy, but you're free to take these. This is actually pretty good damage increase. Check of all traits. Polymathy pretty good too. But you can also get attack speed. Really up to you. But we go up top. We go to the side here for big cooked. I'm cooked every day. Big crit damage here. We also take like some movement speed, evasion rating. Very good too. I would love to get these points for attack damage because attack damage scales so well. Also movement speed. Attack damage works for not only physical, but lightning, fire, cold, everything. And a lot of people keep forgetting that. This is the best scaling for sure when it comes to melee builds. If you're on multi-element. We are running double Herald. Herald of Ash is not needed, but it's very nice visual, right? And with this coming Calamity, 50% fire damage and lightning damage goes well with Infernal Cry for single target, even though Heralds do not proc on single target. Having them active for this passive is already insane for the damage increase. Insane. Next up, a big flat damage crit on the, this is like crit on the weapon. It's just flat, basically. This is the best one for crit. Crit damage, crit chance here, good stuff on the quarterstaff. I really recommend putting here Timeless Jewel. I don't have one, but if you put Timeless Jewel, you will get active these points. It's pretty huge having a Timeless here. It's amazing. I will probably try to get one. We get big boost, amazing boost. So get these as well. Attack speed, I went with this too. Right up top, get some crit damage on the way. Doesn't matter that this is reduced crit chance. It's fine because you can get the same here if you want to. No problem, no problem at all. You really want to get this max power charges and crit damage bonus if you consume a power charge. Amazing damage gain, like crazy water. And then Spectral Ward for defenses. You know, this goes well with the Warrior too. Next up, some crit chance, crit damage again. The best cluster, another crit chance. And then we want some defenses, which is evasion, energy shield. And here on some movement speed, mana regen, main stats. Not bad, right? Not bad. But yeah, some of the passives are, you know, you can allocate them as you want. This will be good too for stun threshold. These 2 points. And yeah, we'll see. This is just the first test I have. Let's take a look at the jewels. You are looking for sapphires or emeralds, max energy shield, crit chance, increased graphic duration, crit damage. These are the best. Maybe faster regen on energy shield will be good too. And on the green ones, I have crit damage, attack speed, elemental damage, or damage with quarterstaff, and attack speed quarterstaff. And you also can get the crit chance if you want on it, if you don't have enough. I have one ruby here for the intelligence. I needed it for... Actually, I don't need it anymore, but I like the empowered. I like the rage on hit for sure. As you can see on the flicker, it stacks pretty well. Weapon swap speed, pretty good because we do that quite often. So having one ruby with that is amazing. Next up, another emerald, almost the same as before, but this one has crit chance instead of crit damage. And next one, the last one is sapphire. This one is bad. It has crit chance, elemental damage, nothing too crazy. We don't need presence because we are always up close melee. So this one is only 2 ethics. I could get on this bad boy extra energy shield and it will be golden. That's the setup. Oh, and the last one is Megalomaniac. Power Within, definitely recommend it. Definitely should get it. Extra power charge, great stuff. And vocal empowerment. I got this for 1 divine because no one really knew about it. Or I guess, yeah, but it was 1 divine. It was crazy. It was a while ago. This is the best passive you can get. But if you don't have that, just focus on Power Within. Don't fret if you don't have vocal empowerment. It's just a little extra. Now, anoint on the amulet is Vulgar Methods. This is a big crit chance, also strength. Doesn't really matter if you have less mana, it's fine. But get this bad boy. You can get crit damage if you overcap with crit chance. This one will be probably better, obviously, for damage. But yeah. Maybe if I get better jewels. Let's take a look at the gear. This one, it's insane how expensive quarterstaffs are, man. I did not expect that. But I got this as a drop. I did craft this basically from almost scratch. I was pretty lucky when I saw the prices later. But yeah, big crit chance, melee skills. You don't want attack speed, not dexterity. And the lightning damage is super low. It needs to be higher. So damage-wise, this weapon is not the best, but it's got important mods. So yeah, this is much... there can be quite a lot of improvement. I will show you insane runes, which could be better than crit damage, but I believe this is multiplicative crit damage in the soul cores. But new runes go absolutely bonkers. I have that on my warrior. It's right here. It gives you 50% attack damage against rare or uniques. I have 3 sockets. That's 150% attack damage. So I might try it out, test some Xesht runs, because yeah, boy has a tremendous amount of breachstones. I forgot where they at. I think I remembered, but I don't. Well, that's unlucky. Oh, Delirium right here. Yeah, I have a lot of breachstones, so I'll be running them. I'll test some stuff. On the gloves, pure damage, you know, flat damage, some main stat, double res, great stuff. Try to focus on energy shield as well. Gives you a lot of defense. Also my armor and evasion, nothing too crazy, but nothing too bad. I think defense layer is pretty insane here. Not too bad. Head under the belt, don't need it, but it's pretty good. You can go Ingenuity, for sure. Ingenuity will be insane. Like, I should take Ingenuity for bosses. So I have this one. I could get much more damage as well. It breaks my stuff, though, because I don't have enough stats for strength. Yeah, I need strength. Dexterity. I need dexterity, because this build has a lot of dexterity, so yeah, I would need that. Or my rings are just bad. You know what? I mean, yeah, nah, it's alright. It's alright. But the damage would be much higher with it. It gives me almost 2k DPS. Rings, flat damage. Mana is pretty good for sustain with Flicker. Not bad. Life, enter flat damage, or percent lightning damage, percent fire damage. Rarity, resistances, or main attributes. Same story here. Now Amulet, Energy Shield, Life, Spirit. Amazing stuff. Crit chance, attributes, all res. Melee skills, I have this one from Santa, from my man. So I'll be using this one now. All stats, you know. Oof, all the good stuff. Actually, I could probably do that, right? Ah, still breaks, unlucky. But yeah, this is a dream amulet. The boots, movement speed, double socket if you can, with a good energy shield, if you also can. And intelligence, resistances, that goes for almost all pieces here in the gear. Now Warrior, Invicta, I like all res, I like global defense, and spirit. Ideally, instead of spirit, I would like to go with attributes, but those are not really needed, so we're good. The spirit is really good because we can run triple aura here, and we can run cast on crate. Now you can also run overwhelming presence, because that lowers the stun threshold and elemental ailment threshold on the bosses. Will be really good. So I guess you could, I guess you could run it too, to be fair. Instead of Wind Dancer, you could run that. This could be good for mapping, but for bosses, overwhelming presence could be insane. Amulet, I mean, headpiece, deepest tower, you know it. Max power charge corruption if you can. Low life presence, this is enabling the low life setup with the execute multiplicative 50% and the passives in here, which makes your hits lucky. And just, you know, a bunch of damage here. Pretty crazy amount. That's what's up. Avent, Scepter, here, you want to get Spirit, you want to get Mana, you want to get Intelligence. Lower attribute requirements are also good. Like, very good. And then Avent here, yeah, you can go Mana, Energy Shield, less attribute requirements. Cast speed isn't important here because we cast Profane Ritual. Yeah. Now, for single target, I used for Xesht these boots. They are my friend's peak. Max power charge, great damage per power charge. You want to get this, can you over-corrupt this number? I think you can. If you can, then you should get a higher number. I did go with movement speed because I thought I would use them for mapping, but my chaos or my resistances break. So I will not use that, but you could definitely do that. It's pretty cool. Rotation. You want to do, yeah, again, power charges for your charge staff. Let me run this again. I have a chapter. So 7 charges. Obviously for bosses, you would have like that. You weapon swap because charge staff is active as above. You weapon swap for your flicker strike. And when the boss spawns, you want to do Infernal Cry into Flicker. Everything dies in one hit. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Stat priority, crit chance, crit damage, attack speed, flat damage, life, energy shield from defenses. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I think we covered everything in this build. So with that said, thank you everybody for watching. I stream every day on Twitch and on YouTube. Live every day. Try to. I'll keep blasting PoE 2. I know there's PoE expansion. I might play that too, but I'll play both. And yeah, with that said, thank you very much for watching, guys. If I missed anything, it will be in the comments or in the description. And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much. Peace out.